computer science students. This is a quick overview on what you're going to be doing this week. You probably already are in here, or you're listening to me, or you already have listened to me. I don't know what's going on. Anyhow, I'm just making this video just to give you a quick overview, quick rundown of what's happening. I'm going to have to start and stop this thing a few times because this is there's a lot going on, a lot of moving parts. So we're on Unit 0, quick review. Intro to Java. This lab is given to us by our good friend, Mr. Bunn, over at Liberty High School. He's invested a tremendous amount of time of making some very good labs. We're going to try to use most of his labs for this course just because he's been put in charge of this course for the district. However, there's a point in time where we might not be able to use some of this stuff because some of the features on these labs, especially when you get into graphic type things, don't run out of Replit, which is an online IDE, and I need to run everything through an online IDE because I have some students that are working with Chromebooks. Okay, and that's just, that's how it is. I'm cool with that. All right, actually, it's good for me because I want to learn Replit inside and out. I think it's a cool software. All right, so this is your current week. It hasn't been published yet, so you can't see this. So, well, you'll see it when the video is released. Anyhow, there'll be some additional links on here. Main thing right here, CS3 overview. Watch that. It's a quick presentation of some things we'll be doing in here. Just quick FYIs. Some of you are probably wondering what we can learn in this class. Okay, so that covers that. Right here's the PowerPoint presentation I use within that overview. Right here we got a careers discussion. Just kind of get a feel for everybody where they're going. Which helps me because I'm trying to, better understand you all and where you want to go with this class. It's pretty exciting stuff. You guys are at a very interesting crossroads in your life, and, I'd like to know more about you. Okay, and plus it's good for you to start thinking about these things. When I was in college, I wanted to be a psychologist and an FBI agent, and now I teach computer science, which who would ever thought turned out like that. But nonetheless, I actually was 4 hours or 4 classes away from having a bachelor's degree in psychology, which I do have a master's now in educational psychology, but that's besides the point. The point is, it's good to see what your careers are, start thinking about it, and also putting it in writing kind of makes you think about it. Is this something you really want to do? Okay. Do you really want to be a computer programmer? Do you really want to be a computer scientist? Do you really want to be a psychologist? Do you really want to do whatever it is that you want to do? All right. Okay. Who knows? There's all sorts of jobs that haven't been invented yet. Okay. All right. So careers, get that out there. You got 2 labs. These are reviews. There's not gonna be a lot of information to help you out with this. However, I will provide you with some information to assist you. So first lab, shopping cart. Right here, this particular link will take you to Mr. Bunn's information. There's a document right here. I'll let you go through and read that. I'm not going to go through and read it for you, okay? Then right here is an FAQ. You can go through, check that out. Might help out with some conceptual type ideals that are covered in the shopping cart. And then right here is some starter code for you. These are 2 Java files. You need to download both those. The shopping frame Java file, don't think this is completely updated. So I'm going to add this file just in case. I think it'll work, but I've got a newer one I think that has a little bit more robustness with this. I'm going to get that to you. So shouldn't be much of a problem. Anyhow, so you're going to download those items out of there. And what's it going to look like? That's a good question, right? So let me move JGrasp over here. Okay, JGrasp is my teaching IDE. Okay, when I teach, I like to teach with JGrasp. Now, if I'm programming, like when I make programs for state and national assessments in Java, I use Eclipse. Okay, so I like to use Eclipse for actually working, and I like to use JGrasp for teaching. Okay, so 2 different IDEs for 2 different reasons. And actually, I'm looking to replace JGrasp, actually not replace, but supplement JGrasp as my local IDE, and then using Replit as on my IDE. So I have a couple different tools. Okay, you got to think of software as in a Swiss Army knife. Okay, you can have multiple IDEs, so don't feel like you pick IntelliJ or BlueJ or whatever it is. Whatever J, okay, so whatever it is you pick for Java, just know that you can be using different ones for different purposes. And JGrasp is a very lean, fast, and very flexible IDE. Okay, it's actually used for a lot of theoretical number crunching. Okay, it comes out of Auburn University. Okay, which is a pretty profound university in the United States. All right, so they do a good job. All right, anyhow, if you want JGrass, go to jgrass.org. I think there's a link on here somewhere. Y'all want to see that? You can find it. Y'all are advanced. Go find it. All right, anyhow, so when you run the program, and you'll have a little swing window pop up here, and you'll be able to go through this little order form and put information in. It's going to do all the calculations as expressed within the instructions. Okay, so that is your final output. Okay, I'm not going to go through and explain this stuff because this is a list. This is all stuff from AP Computer Science. You should know all these things. If you forgot what it is, start thinking about it. Start doing some research. Ask some questions. I'll have some Zoom sessions open so you can come check it out. If you follow through the instructions, you should be able to complete this. Down here are going to be all of the Java files that you end up making. Okay. So right here is a tester. This one's just testing the actual creation of the items by using some dummy variables right here. So when you run this one on the tester class, you don't actually have to make a tester class, but you can see that it's actually just implementing the items. It's constructing the items right here, and then it's calling each of the individual items and calling its the method out of that in order for you to be able to see some of the output, which I would show you items, but then that would just help you out way too much, and we don't want to do that now, do we? Okay, this is advanced computer science. I'll pretty much make these things. Now, what does it look like in Replit? So in Replit, when you run it, it's going to come out into an output like this. Okay, then you click on stop. Let me show you what it looks like when it actually runs. Okay, so it's sticking there. I was hoping to clear out, but whatever. So anyhow, I guess, yeah, there we go. So run it, and it's kind of weird running out Replit as opposed to running out of a local IDE. But the online one, I'm shocked it actually worked. I didn't think it would. I'm pretty sure this won't work in CodeHS. CodeHS is not as good as Replit. CodeHS is totally different than Replit. Okay, so if you're using CodeHS, you're going to use something else. Okay. Which I don't think you would, but anyhow, you never know. Life is interesting. So that's what it's going to look like when you run it out of your Replit. Okay, and notice right over here, I have all the same files. If you run out of Replit, which I encourage you to do both of these with your program, run it on whatever local IDE you have, then run through an online one like Replit to get used to it. Now Replit, check this out. All right, so when I had my main class right here, this is the one that's default by Replit standards. Okay, it won't run unless you have this main class. Check this out. Okay, so I commented out, and I have my shopping main, which is the actual the main class, if you would, over here in JGrass. Okay, see, where's that at? Right there. Okay, so right there, this is the main class. This is where it should run out. This is what I'm running out right now. This is what makes that magical little window pop up like, you know, just some sort of fantastic dream. Okay, but over here in Replit, not so much. So I'm gonna click on stop, and let me close it out so you believe me. You may not believe me. Y'all probably don't believe me. A lot of people don't believe me. My dog doesn't believe me. But anyhow, so we run out here. It's going to give me an error. It's going to tell me you can't find the main class. Okay. Oh, good God. It's actually going to run and make me look stupid. Okay. But, well, that's not the end of the world. I'm just going to shut up. So it does work. Well, it wasn't working before. I wonder why that is. Anyhow, so, oh, I know why. All right. I'm not going to get into that. But anyhow, if you have errors with this, okay, which I think you will, and the only reason I think it's working is because I ran it out of here with this one first. So I think it just has that main class file hiding in the background where you can't see it. But that's my theory right here, because trust me, it was not working before until I commented this one out and stopped using it. But so with this one right here, anyhow, if you have issues with this, okay, if you can't get it to work and it keeps giving you a can't find main class issue, over here in Replit, comment out the shopping main one, and then come over here to this main and make sure it's not commented out, and change the class name, okay, to main as opposed to shopping main. You'll notice the same exact code right there. So change that to main instead of shopping main, and it should work. Okay, so play around with it. I'm a little suspicious. I wish I was recording that from the beginning. Okay, so that's that. Let's go back to Canvas over here, and you have another lab, if I'm not mistaken. The other lab is going to be the game of life. Okay, I actually have not worked this lab yet, but there's a little video here. Oh, we'll fix that link. I'll get with Mr. Bunn and find out what lab he's talking about right there with that, or video, excuse me. So the game of life, and you'll go through, as before, you'll see all the documentation here to work through it, and then there will be some starter codes. This one, I'm going to run this. If you're watching the video right now, go ahead and understand that this may not be on your modules when you actually get to the time to work on this. I'm a little suspicious about this one working on Replit. With these .lfi files, I know a little bit about those. I don't see this working, but I'm going to test it out. If it's on there, then there'll probably be another video or some sort of additional recording in addition to this. I'm not going to delete this because this is a gold mine of education, seeing me in action, no holds barred, knowing that I'm 100% real. I'm not going to blow smoke at you. I'm going to be upfront and totally honest with you all. Okay? So anyhow, check that out. We'll see if anything else happens after that.